I never thought I'd be one of those people. You know, the ones who end up in a hospital bed in some random country with medical bills piling up like a bad dream. It wasn't supposed to happen to me. I'd always been careful with my travel plans, insured up to the eyeballs for everything. But you never really know what it's like until you're in it, right? I was in Bali. It had been my dream destination for years. I was hiking up a steep, rocky path to a waterfall when it happened, one wrong step, and down I went. I didn't even realize how bad it was at first. Just a sharp pain in my knee, followed by this weird, almost numbing sensation that spread through my leg. I could barely move. But, I was still conscious, right? A fellow hiker helped me up, and we made our way slowly back to the trailhead. The pain was intense, like someone had taken a sledgehammer to my leg. But I was still stubbornly optimistic. I figured I could rest it, ice it, and it'd be fine. Turns out I was way off. When I finally got back to my hotel, I couldn't even bend my knee. And that's when I knew. This wasn't just a sprain or a bruise. This was bad. I went to a local clinic, and after x-rays and a quick examination, the doctor told me I'd need surgery. I could have collapsed right then and there. Surgery? In Bali? That wasn't even something I had considered. But what really hit me wasn't the shock of the injury itself. It was the price tag that came with it. The bill for the surgery? Over $4,000. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a lot of money and definitely not something I had factored in when I was booking my trip. I had travel insurance, sure, but I didn't really trust it. You've heard the horror stories, right? Getting denied at every turn, being stuck with a huge bill, and the insurance company's fine print making everything impossible to understand. That wasn't a risk I wanted to take. But what was I supposed to do? I had no choice but to go through with it. I went home, limping and heartbroken about the expense, hoping against hope that my insurance would at least cover part of it. I started the claim process, which, by the way, was a nightmare. It's all forms and waiting and emails, and you're just hoping they won't find some little loophole to avoid paying. But then, and this is the twist, I remembered something. A while back, a friend of mine told me about this company, Insure. They have this cool feature where they work with travelers specifically to make sure that if you're injured or fall ill abroad, they'll help you through the whole process, from reimbursement to all the confusing paperwork. I remember thinking, yeah, right? Sounds too good to be true. But when I was sitting in my living room with that stack of bills in front of me, feeling completely overwhelmed, I decided to give it a shot. I filled out a quick form on their website, and honestly, I didn't expect much. But within days, I got an email from their team asking for some details about my surgery and medical expenses. To my surprise, they were responsive. Not just one email back and forth. I mean real communication. Real people. They asked for some documents, helped me navigate through the language barrier of dealing with a foreign medical system, and reassured me at every step. It wasn't some complicated, time-consuming process. I didn't feel like I was fighting with an insurance company. Instead, it felt like I was talking to someone who genuinely cared about helping me. And then a few weeks later, the reimbursement came through. That's when it really hit me. I had spent so much time doubting my travel insurance, thinking I'd never get help or compensation. But Auras? They made it happen. Fast. Efficiently. And honestly, it was like a life-saving hack that I hadn't even known existed. The bills were covered. I didn't have to choose between paying for my surgery or going bankrupt. I was able to heal, physically and financially, thanks to them. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that insurance is a one-size-fits-all solution or that it's perfect. But what I will tell you is that Insure genuinely worked for me. It helped me get my life back in order after a freak accident in a foreign country. So, if you're heading out for your next adventure, don't just take my word for it. Check out Insure. It's not some gimmick. It's not an advertisement. It's just a solid, trustworthy service I personally used and trusted when I had no other option. They're the reason I didn't have to drown in debt after an injury. And honestly, that's something I'll always be grateful for. And if you've got travel insurance, make sure it's more than just a piece of paper. Make sure it's something that'll actually be there when you need it most.